Hi everyone, hope you're well. It's time to show you how to apply your Jamberry wraps. So by now you should have all received your sample, or if you still haven't and you haven't requested one or you'd like another one, please do get in touch. I'm more than happy to send you one. So let's get going. Along with your sample, you should have received a copy of the instructions as to how to apply. These are also repeated every time you buy a set of wraps. They're on the reverse of the packet. So the first thing you need to do before starting to follow the instructions is to go and wash your hands. You need to wash your hands with either something like dishwashing soap or shampoo, something that's designed to remove grease. So I've done that already because it's not terribly interesting for you guys to watch, so that one's all done. Okay, so the first step of the instructions says that you should push back your cuticles. So let's see my nails. Okay, I have already started my Jamacure. So you need, if you can get your hands on one, a rubber cuticle pusher. And you just start pushing. Okay, we're going to go for the middle nail on my left hand. Just push gently, push it back to try to remove it because the Jamberry won't stick. I've done this before I started filming the video, so I don't need to do it too much now, but you do it as much or as little as you need. Okay. The next step is to take your buffing block. I have some beautiful Jamberry buffing blocks that are branded. These can be won in the prize packs that are going with my party at the moment. So buff away, smooth off that nail. Again, I have already done this. I was midway through my manicure when I decided it was time to show you guys. Okay. Then you're also going to need a nail prep wipe. These I bought on eBay. They're very, very cheap, easy to get hold of. Buy in bulk, share with a friend. It's the sort of thing you might have in a first aid kit as well. So these are one use only. The purpose of using one of these is to just take off the dust that you've just produced by buffing. It also gives you a nice, dry, clean surface ready to apply your Jamberry. Then you need to take your Jamberries, either your full sheet of wraps or your sample, either way. This is what a full sheet of wrap looks like. However, it's obviously missing two because I have started my manicure already. This one's called Kingston. This is a satin finish wrap. I'm not sure how well you can see it, but it's got a lovely shimmery shine on it. Quite good fun, very summery. Feels like a summer holiday, this one. Okay, then next thing you need to do is either match the wrap to a nail. If you've just got a sample, you might want to pick which one it fits to best. If you're doing a full manicure set, you'll probably want to pick the one which fits best. So the golden rule is that you should be picking a wrap that's just slightly narrower than the width of your nail. So for me, I'm going to go with this one because it's just shy of the width of my nail. So the official Jamberry video says that you should peel it off, but I normally just cut mine out. I'm going to experiment with peeling, but probably not when I'm making a video. Okay, so you cut that out, and then the next step will be to shape it to the size of your nail, to the shape of your nail even, because I don't know many people that have a fully rounded cuticle end on their nail. So just cut it in half at this point because you're going to save the other half to do your other hand. Clearly I'm showing you my dominant hand because although it's not as difficult to do Jamberry on your non-dominant hand, it's still a bit tricky. So what I've done there is I've just squared it off. If I hold up against my blue jumper, you should be able to see it's less round. And I'm going to keep checking, because they've got a see-through back, you can keep checking up against your nail exactly how it's fitting, and you can just keep going until it's done. I'm also going to experiment with another way of doing this in a future video using Scotch tape, or magic tape. So for me, that's looking quite like it's going to fit. So I'm going to go with that. The next thing you're going to need is a source of heat. So this is where we're suggesting either a hairdryer or this item here. This is the Jamberry mini heater. You can purchase one if you want to. If you're just trying out Jamberry, you probably don't want to, but believe me, it's life-changing. You'll hear how quiet it is now. I'm just going to switch it on. It's super, super quiet, so that you can carry on doing your nails in front of the television without annoying either yourself or anyone that you live with. Okay, so while that's heating up, we're going to get our orange stick, and I've just got that under the edge to separate it from the backing sheet. Okay, and I'm going to peel it off. So let's make sure you can see this. Peel it away completely. You see it's got a lovely mirror back on these satin finish ones. So the next thing is you hold it up in front of your heat source, and you're going to want to just wait for it to curl. This one, super curly, super fast. When it curls, it's time to apply. Okay, so you need to line it up with your cuticle. Okay. And when you think you've done that, it's good to have a little check. If I press this down now, will I be happy with where it's sitting? And I have to say, I think I will be. It's not always that quick. Okay, so once you're happy, heat and pressure applied. So we've applied the heat, now to apply the pressure. So rub it in a downwards motion. We're trying to get rid of all of the bubbles and give it a really good tight seal. The other thing to do here is to take your cuticle pusher again. I'm going to do this on the desk and push right to the edges with that. Make sure that we're going to get a really good seal. The better the seal, the longer they will last. One or two of you have told me you've had samples before and they were lifting at the edges. This might be if you haven't applied quite enough pressure at this stage. Might also be if they were slightly too big and they were touching. Okay, this one is a very tight fit. If this one starts lifting, that would be the reason. Okay, so a very good friend of mine gave me a fantastic tip. Heat it up again a little bit and then give it a tug on the end, because that's going to give it a really good seal to the end of your nail. Okay, so we can't go around with raggy bits on the end of our Jamberries. I'm just going to switch this off again now. We can't go around with raggy bits, so you need to wait for it to cool. But while we're waiting, I'm just going to trim the excess. Trim it maybe to about 3 or 4 millimeters away from the end of your nail. Okay, and we need to wait a little bit longer for it to cool down. But for the next stage, you're going to need a nail file. You can use an ordinary emery board, but the recommendation is to use a glass nail file if you've got one. If you don't, it doesn't matter. I've used both work fine. And when I'm going to start in a moment, we're going to file the nail in a full 90-degree angle, because we're now going to remove the excess wrap. Okay, I normally wait a little bit longer than this, but for the purpose of the video, I'm going to go for it now. Okay, so we need to work our way round, and once the wrap is ready to come away, it will just come away. So don't try to force it, and the edges are definitely the hardest bit. I have a funny side cuticle on this nail. Let's try and get that off. Aha! So you can see it's already separated itself on that end completely without any pincer movements of my fingers. The nail file has done all the work here. Okay, so let's just get the other side to do the same. So 90 degrees. A little bit more. Okay, so there it is. There's your excess come off and your beautiful nail. Okay. So you can see that shimmer now. Okie dokie. So that's it. That's how it's done. And repeat 10 times. The best thing to do now is to avoid anything where you're going to get any heat on your nails. So try not to do any washing up. I'm sure you find someone else to do that for you. Don't wash your hair for a couple of hours. I tend to do mine last thing at night, and then they get a really good seal overnight, and they're looking fabulous in the morning. So good luck with your application. I really look forward to seeing all of your manicures really soon. And any questions at any time about any of this, please just let me know. Good luck.